Tonight, two murders less than 24 hours apart and a woman in custody for one. Also, $1 million drug bust in Exuma. And later, a promise to fix Bahamas power and light from the nation's leader. Eyewitness News, the weekend edition starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us, topping the weekend edition. Two murders reported just hours apart on Saturday, keeping police busy across the capital. Tonight, an 18-year-old woman is in custody in connection with a deadly broad daylight shooting on Gladstone Road, just north of Fire Trail Road. Police say a routine workday turned deadly when a vehicle pulled up and opened fire. The victim, a man in his 30s, was working a landscaping job when he was shot. Superintendent Ramsey providing more details about what happened and where their investigation stands.
What we can tell you so far is that the deceased was conducting some landscaping duties on the side of the street when a white Japanese vehicle pulled up. A male occupant exited and discharged gunshot in his direction, fatally wounding him. That car then left, heading in a northern direction, making good their escape. We are asking residents of this community who may have seen something to please come forward and provide us with any information to help us advance or close this matter. It is unacceptable. The Royal Bahamas Police Force takes all matters, whether they are fatality or homicide, serious. Our officers are out and combing the streets as they normally do, try to find out who may have committed this crime.
As the investigation continues, police are also searching for three men allegedly responsible for a separate killing. It was just after 8 a.m. when Eyewitness News arrived on that scene at an apartment complex on Joe Farrington Road, where a man in his 50s was found dead inside his home. Superintendent Ramsey says the victim was known to police, but did not elaborate on the nature of that connection or the circumstances surrounding it.
Our investigation so far revealed that the deceased had just arrived at his residence when he was confronted by three men in a silver SUV. Two of those men exited that SUV and accosted the deceased and discharged multiple gunshots in his direction. The deceased, in an attempt to evade these assailants, ran into his residence. They proceeded behind him and shot him inside his residence. At this time, we are appealing to a resident of this area who can assist us with any information in advance in this investigation.
And Ramsey sends this message to the country's men.
I'd also like to send a clarion call to our men in particular to try to find more amicable ways of settling their differences. You can speak to a pastor, a responsible adult, or even a police officer and trying to settle your differences. Taking the life of another is never the right thing to do.
A major cocaine haul has been seized in Exuma, with police recovering an estimated 222 pounds of suspected cocaine with a worth of $1.68 million on the street. The seize was made during a joint operation at Farmers Key Dock on Saturday. Police say officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit, the Marine Support Service branch, with assistance from U.S. counterparts under Operation Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, acted on information and proceeded to the dock shortly after 5:30 a.m. Officers searched a white vessel equipped with two outboard engine and discovered 84 packs of suspected cocaine, along with a firearm and ammunition. An official passport belonging to a 43-year-old Bahamian man was also found on board the vessel. The vessel was seized along with the drugs that were transported to the capital as investigation continues. After years of frustration over prolonged power outages, Prime Minister Philip Davis is promising a major overhaul of the country's electrical grid. During a national address, Davis outlined plans in his government as he says they are underway to mobilize Bahamas Power and Light and address what he describes as a long-standing legacy problem. The Prime Minister pointed to cables and equipment that have been in place before independence, saying the time has come to replace aging infrastructure and building a more reliable power system.
Bahamas Grid Company was established to take on New Providence's transmission and distribution, and it has delivered a $130 million foundational upgrade to our grid. That work includes stronger steel poles, larger conductors, modern protection devices, fiber communications, a looped transmission system, and 3 new high-voltage substations. In July, those substations had reached mechanical completion and entered final testing and commissioning. We have 23 microgrid and solar projects in development across the Family Islands, close to 200 megawatts of new generation with Bahamian companies.
Dave has also pointed to millions of dollars in investment aimed at strengthening generation capacity. He says the upgrades are designed to give BPL the capacity needed to meet demands and, most importantly, keep the lights on for thousands of Bahamian homes.
Blue Hills GT2 out since the spring is coming back. The battery storage system that shaves our evening peak returns to service. 2 Clifton Pier engines are scheduled to be back before the end of September. The Blue Hills turbine under major inspection returns in the first quarter of next year. In January, we began phasing out 40 megawatts of rented generation because permanent capacity will have replaced it. On the network, the substation equipment, switchgear, and high voltage assets that failed this summer are being replaced, not patched. Remote monitoring goes live at Clifton Pier this year and Blue Hills next, so faults are diagnosed by data rather than discovered by darkness.
The Bahamas is ramping up its efforts to get relief for the new 12.5% U.S. tariff, with government now intensifying negotiation to reduce the rate being imposed on Bahamian exports. Now, Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell says the negotiations aren't being handled by one ministry, along with multiple government ministries involved in the push to secure more favorable rates.
Been a lot of back and forth. There were over 2,100 meetings being held with over 60 countries involved. The Bahamas isn't affected by this alone, and I am able to say that Minister for Trade and Investment, Minister Fitzgerald, as well as Minister for Foreign Affairs, Minister Mitchell, and I'm also told that even as seeing as the Prime Minister himself has had meetings with the American ambassador in that very same regard. And we have had in-house meetings with the persons from the fishing community, and in the very near future, hopefully, as the schedule of the ambassador permits, we will also be seeking to have a meeting with him in short order 2%, our projected platform as to the way forward to get us back, hopefully not just to the 10% that we were prior to the 24th of July, but perhaps even lower.
For nearly 10 years, the Small Business Development Center, has been helping Bahamian business owners turn their ideas into opportunities and build stronger and more suitable business, along with investing over $100 million in funding. Through the program Resources and Support Services, the center has assisted entrepreneurs across the country, providing them with the tools and guidance they need to grow and succeed. So what's next for SBDC? Rashard Ritchie, External Director, explains.
We've seen the growth of the small business sector as a result of that funding. What's next for SPDC is accelerating our push. We're doing more on the Family Islands. We're continuing to do our work here on the island of Providence. And so hopefully in another couple of years, we'll be celebrating over 200 million. And so it continues. But I always must stress to the public that it's not only about funding. That training is very, very critical. Sometimes you think that you know what you need to do in business, but through that training, it begins to open your mind and it begins to open other doors that you probably couldn't even perceive before. So that training and mentorship and advisory support is just as critical. And in fact, those 3 components is what actually makes the funding more impactful.
Ritchie says the organization is focused on preparing and empowering the next generation of Bahamian business owners.
I always tell persons that we are an ecosystem, and so we actually had a Fix Your Business event where we actually brought all stakeholders in the business license process together, an end-to-end process in a physical space, because right now you have to contact multiple agencies and there are multiple contact points. And so what we did was we created a single contact point with all stakeholders together. So we look to have other events and initiatives like that, but I always say that the process is actually very detailed on the Department of Inland Revenue's website. And so, sometimes persons are intimidated by the process, and so that causes them not to begin the process. But I always say begin the process. Take that first step.
Just last week, the Free National Movement marked its 34 years since winning its first election back in 1992. And as part of the anniversary to celebrate the occasion, a legacy panel was held discussing and reflecting on the road that brought the party to power, highlighting and focusing on what instrumental steps were taking, and among that, the role in which the women played in the party. Former MP and Senator Johnny Ann Dossett told supporters women did not simply stand on the sideline, but organize, mobilize, campaign, and sacrifice to help carry the movement forward.
But the role of women went back way before that. Women were some of the primary builders of the Free National Movement. And many of them, many of us, didn't even aspire to the front line. We were there to work and to build a party, period. And there was a saying after like 1992, when women started to push for the front to get into frontline politics, where they used to say, well, you know, you only wanted us to fry fritters and things like that. But you know, we cannot discount the role of frying fritters because that was how we funded the party in the early days, through those kinds of activities. But women were always there, always pushing behind the scenes, and we had some very strong women.
Over the years, the FNM have had women who broke in barriers to help shape Bahamian politics, from Dame Janet Boswick and Italia Johnson to the nation's first female Governor General Dame Ivy Dumont and the late Teresa Moxie Ingram. But some of the movement was also important, contributed by women from behind the scenes like Dr. Elizabeth Darville.
You wouldn't be caught dead being a real politician. Some people just don't fit that mold.
Right.
So that's not our path. I could never be a politician.
Which had
But that doesn't mean that I can't contribute. But I know that it would be best for the party if I did not, if I wasn't seen as someone to sit in power. You have all sorts of leeway if you're not actually in the seat. And so my job is not in the seat. So those of us who are not in the seat, we don't feel that we're left out.
And still to come tonight, as students prepare to return to school, education leaders are reminding parents that their involvement is key to student success. And later, school zones, heavier traffic, and more young students on the road. Police, traffic officials are urging motorists to slow down. We've got more, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Think you know a lot about money? Then prove it. What if one sound could win you big cash? Listen carefully. Then tell us exactly how much money went through the machine. One guess, one sound, one chance to win. Listen, guess, win. It's the sound of money. Brought to you by 103.5 The Beat. Powered by Island Lux Quick 5.
Running out of space? We've got room for that. Welcome to Skyline Storage, your trusted self-storage solution. Skyline Storage offers units from 5x10 to 10x30, climate controlled or standard dry. Perfect for home or business. Located in Westfield Commerce Park, Western New Providence. Your belongings stay safe with gated access and 24/7 surveillance starting at $175 a month. Reserve, pay, and move in online. No phone calls, no paperwork. Visit SkylineStorage.com. Skyline Storage. Storage made simple.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay eatin' well.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go, to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods, taste the difference.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back to the weekend edition. We're almost a week before school is set to start for students across the country. And with the youngsters heading back to school campuses, the heads of the Bahamas Union of Teachers and the Bahamas Educator Counselors and Allied Workers Union say they want parents to understand the importance of their roles that help make a difference. Both presidents are acknowledging that it takes a community effort for parents, teachers, and administrators to ensure that the country's students get the best education and set them up for success.
I want to say to the parents that again and over, the teachers need your help. The school needs your help. And I really want to talk directly today to the parent teachers associations. I believe that the presidents and those executive teams of the PTAs can be more active and more involved.
And be supportive in every way with your teachers, be supportive with administrators and within the community. Be very supportive of your children, make sure they're doing their homework, and most importantly, make sure that they attend school.
Police traffic officials are sending a warning to motorists ahead of the reopening of school this upcoming week, advising and cautioning and responsible drivers as students frequent the streets again and traffic becomes heavier.
This is the opening of a brand new school year. Some schools have already opened, and within the next 2 weeks, we expect all schools to be fully open. We just want to admonish our darlings as they are traversing from home to school and back. We want you to pay attention for the vehicles, and we want you to use the pedestrian crossing. We don't want any incidents involving our darlings as they are preparing to go back to school, and so we just want our parents also, just our motorists, to pay attention for our darlings as they are going to and from the schools, and we want you to stay on the side of the road. We want you to pay attention for the vehicles.
Meanwhile, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is looking to strengthen and expand its police cadet core program with the goal of achieving 100% participation. Chief Superintendent of Police Laura Stewart, Commandant of the Royal Bahamas Police Force College, says the program serves as an important feeder for the force by helping identify, develop, and prepare young people who may eventually pursue a career in law enforcement. Stewart said strengthening the program, the Cadet Corps, forms a part of the force's broader effort in investing in young people and building a stronger pipeline for future police officers.
So we're looking to bring that program back to full strength, and we're looking for high school students that would have completed the BGCSE, so 5 BGCSE, the BJCs, a 2.5, and we're looking for 10th through 12th graders. We don't focus too heavily on 12th graders simply because we understand that 12th grade is a very active year. So we like the 10th and the 11th graders. So we're asking persons if they're interested, they can come on down to the police college at our inquiries desk and collect an application. And once they fill it out, we'll walk them through the process. But once school opens, we will, through the principals, we expect to go into the schools within the second week of school to do presentations to the students so we can see how many of them that we can actually get.
Along with getting the kids ready for school with uniforms, books, and supplies, there's another back-to-school essential parents don't want to forget: the snacks. As families prepare for a new school year, packing snacks can keep children fueled and focused throughout the day. And for many parents, finding an affordable option is just as important. Valencia Oliver, owner of One Stop Snack Shop and a parent herself, says she understands the importance of making sure children have snacks ready for school without putting too much strain on the family budget.
You know, we had a pause in our operations. Tariff came, increased the inventory prices came. It was just so much going on all at once. And I just want to let the public know that we are back. We are bigger than ever. We are here to serve you. We have snack bundles as low as $25 with all that tariff and stuff going on. All of these the fluctuations in prices. We were able just to keep our bundles. We try to keep our prices as competitive as possible to be able to cater to the parents or parents who are preparing for the back to school season. Salaries being what it is, we have to budget. And in that, we have to make sure that things that we pick up are able to last longer and stretch farther than it can.
And Oliver says as parents are looking to stock up on snacks, they can check out One Stop Snack Shop on social media for details. But she noted that along with snacks, there are other things that parents and teachers can get for their classroom at their store.
Visit One Stop Snack Shop. Come in, get your school supplies, get your snacks, get your bundles. We also have, simultaneously a printing business going on for teachers who would like to come and get their laminations done, get their prints for the classroom, as well as stock up on some snacks for the children, because we all know some of these kids, the parents truly do not have it. Yeah, you could expect that snack bundles will be the first thing that you see. However, you are available to purchase things by the case, as we have them available.
And coming up in tonight's Sunday feature, we're going to introduce you to one of the country's newest authors. I'll tell you more about it right after this break.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, thanks for sticking around with us on your Sunday night. Which was once a dream for CMC Brown has now become a reality. Liquid Sunshine, her debut book, is the result of what Brown described as a labor of love. The idea first took shape through her passion for fantasy and her lifelong love for reading.
I dubbed it as a historical Gothic Bahamian romantasy, which is a mixture of romance and fantasy. But while it is a romance that drives the plot forward, there's so much more. There's so many different aspects to it.
Brown admits she never imagined that she would one day publish a book, but she says she's grateful to see her vision become a reality. What began as an idea, followed by countless hours of writing and research and dedication, eventually grew into a story that she was determined to bring to life. Brown says the journey has not always been easy.
The research, I learned so much, and because I consider it historical, everything is historically accurate and fact-checked, so there was a lot of researching that I had to do. It was tedious, but I really enjoyed it. I wanted to see this book come to life so badly, and also because it was partly inspired by my grandmother. My main character, Naomi Anderson, is named after my grandmother.
And the young author has this message for anyone who has ever dreamed of telling a story. Believe in your vision, stay determined, and do not be afraid to bring your ideas to life.
Definitely balancing working with trying to bring the book to life. So I would have to sneak away and find time in the middle of the night when the whole world is quiet and write for a few hours, go back to sleep, wake up, write for a few hours, like that.
And what's next for CMC Brown? She says readers can look forward to more stories as she continues to develop her craft.
In the Liquid Sunlight saga. So book 2 is coming late next year, early next year. And then I plan to finish the series and then also continue writing Bahamian books, books just based in Bahamian folklore, mythology, and adding that historical element. So this book is based in the past. Another series can be based in the future.
And if you'd like to get a copy of Liquid Sunshine, here's how you can purchase the book.
At Bloom and Bindings Bookstore, Logos Bookstore, Rabble Bookshop at Poinciana Paper Press, and the Black Food Shop.
Is it the digital copy available?
Yes, also on Amazon as well for the ebook.
That does it for us here on the Sunday edition. From all of us